As we look to Russia's war on Ukraine next this morning, a week after devastating drone strikes on Kyiv, we're getting a new idea of how Ukraine's air defenses are holding up. Sarah Lawrynuik joins us from the Ukrainian capital. Sarah, what are intelligence officials now saying about this?
So the latest intelligence reports come from the UK's Ministry of Defense, and they're saying that Ukraine is in fact getting much better at targeting these so-called kamikaze drones and taking them out of the sky before they reach their targets. They're saying now that they are downing 85% of the drones before they are hitting anything. And so this is incredibly important because the first documented use of these drones came in August. And just earlier this month, in October 5th, the first documented case of it being used in the capital region, because these drones have a 1,000-kilometer range, happened. And so there was this fear that use of these drones would change the tactics used in this war. However, just 2 weeks ago, the same British intelligence report said that only 60% of the drones were being picked out of the sky by Ukrainian air defense. And now that's increased to 85%. So that's good news for Ukrainians.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is pushing back at Russian claims now about Ukraine preparing to use a nuclear weapon. Of course, we've been talking about Russia's threats in this area, but this is a Russian response to a purported Ukrainian threat. Tell us about that.
Yes, so this entire month has seen really alarming accusations bandied back and forth between Ukraine and Russia, starting with the accusation that Russia was preparing to launch a nuclear weapon. And then over the past few days, we heard both Russia and Ukraine accuse one another of preparing to blow up a hydroelectric dam just north of the city of Kherson, which would release a reservoir of water flooding Kherson and creating a humanitarian disaster. And then just yesterday, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu claimed that Ukraine was preparing to launch what's called a dirty bomb, which is not a nuclear weapon, but a conventional bomb that has radioactive material within it. And so Russia is accusing Ukraine of preparing to do that in the south. Meanwhile, Western allies alongside Ukraine have flat out denied that that is something that's going to happen. And Western allies, Western leaders have said that they believe that this is actually a pretext being introduced by Russia for further escalation of this conflict.
Sarah, thank you for the latest. Sarah Lawrynuik from Kyiv for us this morning.